And we are back. I say ladies and gentlemen, let's be realistic. It's probably more gentlemen than than ladies, but we're back on what seems to be a wet track. What you haven't seen in the Discord is some guys praying that the track stays dry. And as he said that, we've loaded in, and as you can quite clearly see, we're gonna have a bit of rain in this qualifying, but as we know, we're in sprint qualifying. So this grid will set the grid for our sprint race. So maybe it'll be dry in the race, we don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what sort of strategies everyone's rocking with here. First guy on track is actually Warren. He's on the inters. So we're going to take a lap around with him, I suppose, at the minute. See what sort of rain are we talking about here. Oh, as he loses a bit in the exit, but yeah. So this has made it a bit interesting. Let me see. We got some comments rolling in. If we can get them up here. A lot of people are not happy with the rain, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So, like I said, it'll make things interesting to say the least. But you know, it is only the sprint race. The actual race, it might have been wet anyway. We never know. But yes, so we're on board here with Warren. He's in the AlphaTauri for today, running very wide into the Scary. But can anyone really blame him? For what's such a low downforce track, it's hard to get the balance in the rain here. Let me see. I'm just going to have a look at the comments. If we can get them up here, because I see a lot of people writing on it. Mr. Basel writing in that he's happy with the rain. He's about the only one. Let's see where he's at. Is he on track? He's still in the pit lane. He's working on that setup, making it perfected. Most of the guys out on track at this point. Warren's going to be the first one to cross the line and set a time, obviously, but yeah. This is going to make it very, very, very interesting. But yeah, in terms of the drivers we have here, we've a couple of mostly familiar faces. Freedom's retired. Where's that happened? Maybe in the pit lane, was that? Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened Freedom there, but yeah, he's gone. But yeah, I don't see any yellows. But yes, mainly a lot of familiar faces here. No, we've no new drivers. We have a couple of people reserving from the other days. Milan Massimo, one of the regular reserves, as he's doing some sort of Pierre Gasly off. Okay, he's okay though. Ooh, as he comes back on track, he has to watch his teammate coming. He's all good. He's all good. Okay. The Warren's the first one to put a lap time in. He's now at 1:31. The board, but Lucas has come in faster again. And Apex Finley comes in faster again. He's almost a second faster than Lucas, who's come in at second place on the board. Let's see who's up next. Yellow's in sector 3. I think it's someone just getting ready for a lap, fortunately. Mr. Basil's still sitting in the pits. Come on, Barry, what are you doing? I know you're listening. Alligator's going on his lap. Anthony then goes pole. Is the track drying out? That is the question. We obviously don't get to see the weather here in the comms box, but these guys have a lot more intel And if those times keep dropping the way they are, that would tell me that it might dry out by the end of this qualifying, but like I say, we can't be certain. So having a look at the championship, at the minute it's actually Bugs Bunny who's out in front. He said he's going to try and get here. Like I said in the previous stream, for anyone who was listening, he's having technical difficulties with his PlayStation. He's hoping to have it fixed by the time the race starts, but it's going to really hinder his chances in qualifying. If he makes it for the sprint race, he'll be fine, hopefully, but he'll definitely be giving himself more work to do. Jake Bedford, who isn't here, he's in second, and Amaguner, I suppose, as the highest, as he goes. Oh, almost. Oh wow, everyone's speeding up now. I was going to say almost a second, but everyone's speeding up. It's a 1:28.8 at the minute for Amaguner. It was a great lap. A couple of the boys having quite a tight fight up there. Apex Finley and Stenos, very, very close in the times, and not too far behind Amaguner at the moment. Amaguner's one of the drivers in the league that I know uses very few assists, if any. So credit to him, really, for putting that in, especially in the wet, showing off his talent there. Earlier in the season, he's been showing off his ability to manage tyres to the point of, well, they're basically liquid. So I guess we'll see what he does today. Mr. Basel still sitting in the pits. I'm starting to get concerned. Is he okay? Barry, let us know. Show us how you're doing. Are you waiting for it to dry up maybe? Is that what's going on? Or are you just chilling? For a man who was so excited about the weather as well. Not willing to go out in it. So of course we still have the update for the Red Bull livery from the Turkish Grand Prix. I believe that's going to be staying with us for a month. Gotta be honest though, not a big fan of it. Thought I would be happy to see a change on the livery front, but no, I kind of missed the blue, to be honest. Too, but let me know what these guys think in the comments. Do you like the livery? Or what do you think? I don't know. I'm just not. It's not doing it for me, I guess. But you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like, I didn't like Mercedes livery at the German Grand Prix a couple of years ago. Some people said they liked it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just what's the word, pessimistic, as it comes back out again. I don't know what it is. It's just very plain. Is that the word? I don't know. Maybe I'm just pessimistic. I'll go with that. Stenos has improved again at the top of the time, so he's gone 2/10 faster than Amaguner again. He's got some more time in his pocket. I'd say these times are going to start dropping soon. I suppose it depends if the rain's getting heavier or lighter, but if Stenos is able to go 2/10 faster, I'd say there's a good chance that there's going to be a couple of people following. We've yellow flag sector 1. Oh, what was that? Not sure. I thought I had a quick glimpse of someone off there, but not sure. What's going on, really? But yeah, all seems good at the minute. At the minute, we've out of the session we have Trunders and Freedom. Couple of drivers yet to set their time. Milan Massimo, I'm pretty sure he's done a lap, but just hasn't put his time in. He's on a lap. That's what it is. We'll see how he does. He comes around the final corner now. Will he run wide? No, he's managed to keep within the lines. And puts himself P5. Respectable time. I mean, Let's see if we can get the gap. So like I say, the feed's quite widely spread, so obviously the guys at the top are... Ooh, as Apex just... That is tight. That is tight. Him and Amaguner are just... What is that, 10 thousandths of a second? But yes, as I was saying, the field is quite spread out at the minute. Some people are just managing to get into the groove of the wet tyres. Apex Finley on his 5th lap on those tyres, so's Lucas. So when a fresh set enters, they might find something. Amaguner's gone again on the fresh set enters. So's Ryan Van Doom, Dr. Wolfang, who's on a lap. So let's see what he's up to. Oh, the Red Bull livery. Mr. Basil's gone on to the soft tyre. I'm starting to get concerned. Is he crazy? Is he smart? I guess we'll find out. Maybe that's why he's been waiting this whole time in the pits, because he knows that dry spell's coming and he's willing to take that gamble, but... Let's see what Dr. Wolfang can do. Improves to P7, still 8 tenths off the leader Stenos at the moment. Stenos still in the pits. I think he's feeling quite comfortable with that time at the minute, but Apex and Amagun are both breathing. Oh, as Lucas! What? What? Oh, Kimmy, we're liking him with what? What is that? That is nuts! I don't even know what that time is. It's like, oh, a state of shock, absolute state of shock. Well done, Lucas. That battle for P2 at the minute is really hotting up. Literally 20 thousandths of a second separate P2 and P4. Anthony's just breathing down the neck. He's going on his lap, so we're right on board with him, see what he can do. Mr. Basil on an outlap on the soft tyre? Maybe actually we're just going to have a... see how he's doing. Yeah. He knows I'm going to be laughing at him, he can hear me. I mean, it was a ballsy move. Let's see. But was it too ballsy? I mean, I was going to say he's kept it on track, but there he goes. Oh no, Barry, no. Oh. Barry, no! Oh man! Okay, so we're down to 11 drive. Oh, Barry, oh man. Do you know what? I kind of respect the gamble. I do. I respect it. I've got a new comment. I can only assume it's Barry, is it? I'm not ready for. Oh, do you know what? You know what? I respect the gamble. Ryan Van Doom is now debating that gamble. I highly recommend going against that from what I've seen. But to be fair, I don't see any rain. Is the track drying out? Did Barry go just that 1 or 2 laps too early? I think these times are going to jump quite significantly here. Let's ride on with Stenos. He's currently on pole, so he's on his lap. See how he does. Oh, I've just been told by Barry that it's not drying apparently, but... Barry has said he'll join me in the commentary box if he crashes out during the race. It'll be his debut in the commentary box. This is only my 2nd time, that's probably why this is the most thrown together commentary you've ever heard. But, you know what? It's going to be interesting. You don't know what's coming. But do we know if Stenos is going to improve? Oh, and it is rightly down. He's got another 2/10 on McGinner there, maybe even 3, just about. Those 3 guys are still in the pits, so I don't know if they're going to take the gamble and go on to go for another lap. Lucas is feeling it. Lucas feels like he can improve. Dr. Wolfang taking the gamble maybe onto the softs, if he comes out. A lot of drivers debating it. Ryan Van Doom has went for it. This is the kind of decision that either makes you a hero or an absolute moron, but we're gonna find out one way or another. He's going very slow though. McGuinness taking the gamble onto the softs. So is Apex Finley. Okay, this is gonna get juicy. I don't know. From what I can see, I think it's just too early, but like Ryan is struggling around the corners just to even keep the car on the track. As he just struggles to get the traction down. I don't know, but let's see. See how he does. Going into the first braking point. He brakes very late. Oh, is he gonna... he just makes the corner. Okay, okay. Has a traction on axis, not bad. Okay, maybe the soft is the tire to go. McGuinness come out, he's willing to take the gamble. Apex has gone back to enters, he's probably listened to me and I'm in a bad influence on him, but you know. We'll go back to Ryan and see how he does. I think it's just at the crossover point. Like anyone who gambles now could end up in the wall, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 1. Looks to be one of the Ferraris. Is that Lucas? His engine doesn't sound too healthy, I suppose that's one way to put it, but you know what this game's like. Let's go back to Ryan, see how he's going. Oh, that traction is rapidly improving. Comes round the last corner. Just on the apex, and we all know how those curves are in this game, especially in the wet. Oh, let's see what he does. Is it enough for pole? Doesn't improve. 6 seconds off. Is McGuinness still gonna go for this? Is he gonna box? He's gonna go for it. Into turn 1, brakes very late, but he just makes the apex. Fair enough, yeah, and the second apex. Decent traction out of the first corner, making his way down towards the second chicane. Let's see how he is at the end of the first sector. He's 5 tenths down on his previous best. It's not looking good so far, but can he claw back in the second and third sector? Rowe just dips a foot into the gravel, is boosted out. Oh, wow, that was a crash. Wow. Oh, McGinner nearly loses it as well. Is it too early for the soft tires? Are the guys in the inters, have they made the right call? Apex Infinitely's finished. Is anyone going to be able to knock Stenos off the top? The only person really on McGinner. Anthony jumps up. Oh! And less than a tenth, but separates him and Stenos at the top. Let's see what round. Oh, he's 2.6 seconds up. I don't think it's going to be an improvement. But as we know, this only sets the grid for the sprint race, which is maybe going to be dry, maybe going to be wet. It'll be an interesting. McGinner's abandoned his lap. So that looks like it's going to be the grid. Yeah, so as McGinner comes back in, we're looking at the grid for our sprint race. Starting on pole is Stenos, with Anthony just behind. McGinner, Apex Finley, then Lucas A. Germany. Milan Massimo has finished P6 with Dr. Wolfang on P7. Didn't go out on the softs in the end. Didn't think the gamble was worth it. He was probably right. I think I was boosted in P8. We'll run through the rest of the grid now in a second. Boosted P8, Kemjas in P9, Ryan Van Doom in the McLaren, he's gone P10, Warren's in the AlphaTauri at P11. Then we've got the guys who didn't get a time in, so we've Freedom in the Haas, Mr. Basil in the Alfa Romeo, went for that mental gamble, but you know what, I respect him for it, and finally then Trunders in the Alpine, who didn't set a time in the end. But yeah, so we're going to go, oh, is that a wee grid penalty I see? For Lucas? 5 positions, so that's going to put him back down to 10th. Move most of the guys up. But yeah, I suppose we will see what happens in the sprint now. Will we have a dry track? I'm sure most of the drivers are wanting it. Apparently Apex Finley was one. Oh, wow. Surely not. It's even. Oh, I'm expecting the messages to come rolling in. Apparently Apex Finley was 1 second too late to the line, so he didn't get a chance to run his final lap. I'm assuming that's Ryan Van Doom saying that he thought it was going to dry up. Jeff apparently told him that, as we all know. Jeff is a moron. Never listen to Jeff. We don't do that. Jeff thinks he knows what he's doing. Codemasters hire him every year. He puts, you know, he sounds good, but he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So yeah, here we go. And for the sprint race, we've got 5 red lights. Away we go for the sprint. Oh, a lot of the guys struggling off the line. Anthony's. Oh, Stenos cuts off Anthony. Anthony wants the outside line into turn 1. He's going for it. It's full wets. It's full wets. I think someone's maybe missed the first. Milan Simo maybe missed the corner. No, someone definitely did. But Stenos comes out ahead. Anthony just behind 6/10. Amaguner holds 3rd. Apex Finley in 4th. Milan still holding 5th, but he's got that 2-second time penalty. A lot of moving about. Oh, have we somebody off? A lot of moving around in the background. Mr. Basil's up to P11. Boosted looks like he's got a lot of damage. He's missing a front wing. That's going to hurt his chances to improve. He's going to have to pit to fix that. Freedom down in 10th, but he's moved up a couple of places. All the drivers running wide. Let's hope we get a dry race, because these guys have been through torture. Mr. Basil moves up to P12. Oh, Ryan goes back through though. Has Ryan got no front wing? Ryan has no front wing, so he's going to have to pit as well. That essentially puts Mr. Basil up to P12. Yeah, but let's see what's happening at the front. We've got Stenos leads the way from Anthony still, who's dropped back a bit and under a little bit of pressure from Amaguner. Are we about to see the dive bomb into turn 1? That is really one of the big overtaking spots on this track. Oh, he's trying to get as much of that slipstream as possible, but is he going to be? He's going for the move around the outside! Anthony defends it well. Amaguner's thinking I'm playing the long game and thinking, if this goes wrong, I'm going to be at the back of the grid. A lot of guys getting penalties down the back, it looked like. Mr. Basil has pit also. Is he damaged? They're replacing his front wing. Well, a lot of the guys at the back. Mr. Wolfang, Dr. Wolfang comes out of the pits. He's in P11, so he's lost a little bit here. Yeah, the guys at the back. All the drama's happening at the back of the grid, but up at the front, we still have Anthony and Amaguner on each other's tail. Apex Finley's making progress. He's just trying to close up the both of them. No moves being made just yet, but I would keep an eye on this battle and watch Anthony as they go into the final corner. maybe see a dive bomb into turn 1. Stinos is disappearing into the distance. He's gained a 2-second gap already, and it's only the end of lap 2. If he just manages to keep it on track, he's looking very good. Stinos with another fastest lap. Anthony and Almaguner still... I just don't think he's close enough this time. Is he going to go for the move? No, again, taking the sensible option. So, we had the sprint race here in real life, and again, I'm going to share my opinions, whether they're a popular opinion or not, but I thought it was very boring. Everyone was playing it quite safe as Almaguner. Not playing it safe. Everyone was playing it quite safe in the race. They were afraid of, you know, dropping down to the back of the grid, so it just ended up like a massive train of drivers just, you know, like follow the leader, but I'm starting to think that's the way it's going to end up here too. No one's really willing to take that gamble. Almaguner's obviously trying. Someone's out. Milan is out. What has happened here? He's hit the wall. Oh, he's hit the wall. That's going to drop him right to the back for the real race. The real race? The full race. That's going to hurt. He must have lost it in the exit. Again, those treacherous curves. But we'll go back to Anthony, who has opened a bit of a gap now. Almaguner is actually coming under pressure from behind. Let's see if Apex Finley fancies a dive. He's got overtake on. He fancies it. He just... Is the slipstream enough? He pulls out. No, he's playing it safe. He knows. Oh, as Almaguner hits the curb and they're side by side on the exit. Turn 2. Almaguner just gets the exit to save that. He just clipped that inside curb into turn 1 and lost all traction. He was one of the guys joking earlier actually about how the curbs at... Oh, when he's run wide! Is the pressure from Apex Finley getting to Almaguner? It's given Anthony a bit of a breather. He's gained 2 seconds in the first sector alone, but it seems now we got ourselves... Oh, and Almaguner's lost it again! This is Apex Finley's chance. As he goes up the inside. Now we got a break off. We have a break off. Oh, is it going to be a collision? Almaguner's keeping his foot in. But in the end he has to concede the position. Oh, and again losing it on the exit. Apex Finley's mate, they've moved up. Let's see what position changes we have. So, biggest loser at the moment, Milan Massimo. He's DNF'd, he's down 9. Boosted's dropped 6 and 4. He's had an incident. Mr. Basil, he's a gainer, he's up 1. Freedom's up 3. The biggest gainer is MFC Trunders. He's managed to get himself up 8 positions. But he's under a lot of pressure from that Ferrari behind. Him and Kemjas seem to be battling it out at the moment. Kemjas sending up the inside. Oh, that was some squeaky bum time, that. But we're still through. Let's go back to Almaguner and Apex Finley. It's still head and tail now on the last lap. These guys are going to be praying for a dry race. I think, like I said, they've literally been tortured with this rain. And now Almaguner just seems to be just a little bit too far back. Kemjas has dropped off the back of MFC Trunders. Warren, he's in a world of his own with Freedom, on a world of his own, and Dr. Wolfang trying to recover what he can from that incident for lap 1. But it is Stinos who comes around the final corner first. Lucas is out. That's going to be a big hit, but it is Stinos who crosses the line first and will take pole position for the Italian Grand Prix. Anthony takes P2, Apex Finley P3. What's happened to Almaguner as well? There's a Ferrari. Lucas has had an incident. Did Almaguna get caught up with Ferrari? Nah. Surely not. The car's been recovered anyway, so I don't know if we'll get to see what happened there, but Almaguna in the end dropping to P6. Apex Finley goes up in position. Trunders with up 10 positions. It's a great sprint for him. Kemjas up 3, Almaguna down 3, Warren up 4, Freedom up 4, Chris Dr. Wolfang, he's down 3. He was the first of the lap 1 incidents. Ryan Van Doom, he's dropped a position. Mr. Basil's up 2. Boosted, he'll be the last one to cross the line in P12. And there we have it. So we have our grid for the sprint race. So a couple of penalties came into play there. That was, well, Trunders definitely made up big gains, but a lot of the drivers, well, we had some big gainers and some big losers, really, I suppose, is the way to put it. But I suppose it was the rain that made it quite difficult for some of the drivers. Like I said, in qualifying, there's a lot of the guys that just weren't they weren't happy to see those rain clouds, put it that way. And I'd say they're probably hoping for the same during the race. But yes, you can see the grid in front of you. We have Stenos on P1, and joining them on the front row is Anthony MC. Apex Finley is joined by MSC Trunders in row 2, and then Kemjas and Almaguna. Warren is P7 with Freedom P8, Dr. Wolfang in P9. Ryan Van Doom takes P10. He's got the Northern Irish flag on. Is he a little Northern Irish man like myself? Is that right? There we go. We learned something new today. We've Mr. Basil in P11, Boosted in P12, Lucas in P13, and Milan Massimo in P14. So we're gonna go and get the lobby set up for the Italian Grand Prix, but we will be right back. For the Italian Grand Prix, I suppose. So let's hope it's not raining this time. We'll talk soon.